All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Clockwork Nexus on a lovely Monday night for the next session of Shattered Awakenings is what we're in now. We're in session 2. The Scrapway. So, last session, actually, everybody do quick introductions first, and then we'll get to the recap so I have a chance to look over my notes. So, Patrick, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I'm Patrick, also on the internet as Castlevania 86, and I am playing Balor Hawk, the Hexblade Warlock this campaign.
Hello, I'm Daniel, also known on the internet as Not There, but you can find my wife and her artwork at Sophie's Gallery. I'll be playing Zoltharic Stonefist, a barbarian who doesn't know where he's at right now.
All right, Ken?
I'm going to play Luna, the rogue, and it's some kind of a race. I don't ever remember.
Maypok.
Yeah,
Little raccoon.
that one.
No
And
affiliation with
find him-
Rocky.
None. And you can find him on the TikToks and I believe on YouTube at More Drunken Blade. You should go check his stuff out. He's pretty cool. All right, going down to the bottom, Mr. Strato.
Hi, I'm Chad, also known online as Stratosphere_P. I'm playing Ori Kythera, your resident Circle of Stars Doomsday Prophet Druid.
All right, and last but certainly not least, the lovely Lady Lily.
Hi, I'm Lady Lily, known as Lady Lily pretty much everywhere. I am playing Linnea Iris, who is a very happy, bubbly, sunshiny person. Loves her life, even though it's kind of shitty. And she probably did not throw up that time.
There you go. And we are here in the city of Dawncrest is where we are, in the slums, in the Undercity, where the party are all looking for one reason or another to join an organization known as Legion. And they got told before they could join Legion, they had to prove that they had the fortitude and the commitment to do something for the people, and that they could hold their own. So they decided to go after a gang known as the Iron Skulls down in the most dangerous part of this slum, known as the Scrapway. So they ventured down to the very end of the Scrapway, where, fortunately, Linnea has a residence there that she stays. They kind of squat in a abandoned library. And so the party went there. They started checking everything out. They went over to the burned out schoolhouse to try to see what they could see over there. Try to get a good vantage point. They had a difficult time finding out how to get up there, so the druid wild shaped into a mouse and got chucked up to the top, and then they spent, I'd say, a solid third of the session trying to figure out exactly how they were going to lower a chest that they found in that upper part down to the lower part. Luckily, Luna came in and kind of gave them some good advice there at the end. But unfortunately, while opening the chest, Linnea kind of got hit right in the neck with kind of a dart and got poisoned just a little bit. And that's kind of where we called it last time. Can anybody think of anything that I'm leaving out? Anything majorly important? No?
The items we got from the chest, I think.
And we were followed by some goblinoid-ish creatures at one point or another.
Good point. They were followed by some goblinoid-ish creatures. I gave you the list of what you guys found, right? Or did
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got it notated in Quest Portal party inventory. It's all typed up in there.
So did you guys distribute the items in game last time? I can't remember. I don't think so.
I think we handed out the 5 collective caches to each of us
Okay.
and the 5 earrings, minor earrings of Whisper.
Sweet.
I don't think anyone claimed that cloak of Elvenkind.
I was making sure Linnea didn't throw up on.
So we all
Alright.
have our collective cache and our earrings, but the cloak is still on the table if anybody wants it.
So, that is where we will jump right into the RP with you talking about that. Linnea, I will say that the nausea part of the poisoning is kind of just starting to pass a little bit. You're starting to kind of just, your face is starting to cool off a little bit, and you kind of are starting to shake that off, and that is where you guys can pick up. So you guys take it away and tell me a story.
Okay. Nothing smells like rotten eggs anymore, so that's good.
I'm glad you're feeling a bit better.
For future endeavors, watch when you're opening a strange chest that you don't know what's in it.
Are you trying to say to keep her
That's
head
good.
from in front of the giant chest?
Yeah,
That seems like logical advice.
just always
That's very
assume.
good advice.
Just always assume it's probably booby trapped. Chests, doors, bridges, everything is probably trapped.
Bridges. Bridges can be trusted. They're made by really smart architects and engineers, right?
Just because they were made by someone smart does not mean someone with devious plan has come through and
Also,
Oh.
if you look at most of the bridges in this area, they're pretty crudely constructed. Probably some OSHA violations.
That one is just a pile of wood stacked up high enough and tight enough so that it doesn't fall over fully. And you just kind of jump from pile to pile. It's not even a
Well, if-
bridge.
Well, because there
Well-
probably was originally a bridge there, and that's what's left of it, or what washed down from a previous bridge upstream.
It was the second one.
I mean, even on top of going after just OSHA safety violations, this entire area is just terrible. It used to be we'd come down here for any waste management of some kind, but too many people lost their lives and they just started using automatons in this area only for management and cleanup. So this area, period, is just a disaster zone. I'm thoroughly shocked that you're even still living here successfully.
You can, if you have enough imagination, anything can be pretty. Whole other word spun in my head and I had to get rid of it.
If you
Agreed,
think this
disagreed.
area looks pretty, maybe you're still suffering from the effects of the dart that hit you.
I
All
agree
things have
with
the potential for pretty. And I am suffering just a little bit, but I'm not throwing up, so improvements.
I'll agree with Bailey here. Anything to do with this mechanical nightmare is the opposite of beautiful.
I don't even think when this place was new, it was beautiful. It's always been a dump.
Don't knock on someone else's dream or imagination.
Or someone's nightmare from the looks of it.
I'm staying out of
The
this
best
one.
way to get rid of nightmares is a glass of water and a good look at the moon. But if there's no moon, then, well, you're kind of in trouble. But still.
Luna, are we still being followed? Do you have any idea on where they are? Where there's these things that you think are following us are?
No, I made a map of where I thought something went down in a hole.
Was it just a large scrap pile that looked like off in the distance?
Sure. Yeah.
Ori, when you
Well-
were up there, did you see anything? Did you see the in?
I did. Farther out into the scrap fields, there was some light where I don't believe any reasonable, right-minded people would be at. It seems pretty precarious to get that far out, and I can't imagine that there's much out there that is accommodating or
And
an upstanding citizen.
again, I will reiterate, very dangerous. The amount of unfortunate souls that have been lost has been too high. I do not wish to see the same fate continue.
Well, it's time to take it forward. But before that, would anyone want this cloak? Anyone interested in wearing it? Linnea, didn't you say it was a cloak of kind last time?
What is it?
From what I know, I believe they help you sneak around a bit if you put your hood up.
Oh, well, that wouldn't be good for me. I'm no good at sneaking around.
Either of you two? Luna?
You're a pretty shady individual, Luna. It seems like it may benefit you. No offense.
I'm sorry, I took my hearing aids out and forgot to put them back in. Can you speak up?
A cloak that if you seems if you pull the head up, it might be a little bit harder to perceive you.
Absolutely not. That doesn't have enough pockets on it. It doesn't have, well, look, it doesn't have a clip right here. It needs at least 16 of these types of clips. And then the beveled clip on the southern side of this piece of cloth is absolutely atrocious looking. I'd much rather be able to blend into the environment that I'm in rather than this mottled green bullshit. Look around you. It's all gray. Dingy. It's dusty. It's gross. I prefer to stay just as dingy, dusty, as gross as my surroundings. This fucking thing looks atrocious.
You
Like
don't
something-
have to be so mean to the cloak. I'll take it if
A
it's okay.
simple no
Talking bad about
would have
it.
sufficed.
I'll wear it if no
Oh,
one else
I'll-
wants to.
Yes, you
Uh,
should
if you
wear
see,
it.
I'm kind of mainly wrapped in bandages.
And say
It's a
nice
little
things to
breezy.
it, please.
Somebody dressed so nicely might be approached differently in this slum that we live in. You might attract too much attention by looking so damn clean. The least thing you could do is roll around in the muck for a moment, get that filthy new smell, the new smell of cloak off of you.
And this episode is now titled The Degrading.
I wouldn't worry about making this cloak appear new. I seem to have an effect on the clothes I wear.
You seem to have an effect on the very air that you breathe.
Yes, I have an affinity for the air around me.
Maybe you could partake of some charcoal and a damp stick every once in a while, and might be able to figure that out. But the halitosis is going to get to me. I know it is at some point in time.
This
No
is
need.
like character number 4 for Ken that's supposed to not be a dick, he swears.
There's,
took two
there's voices in my
took
my
two
head in this
sessions.
game as well. That's where am I?
Wouldn't be caught dead wearing that cloak.
Am I?
There's none
am
of
I
the
in the
pockets in
ocean?
it.
Where am I at? Am I in the ocean again? Where's the ocean?
No, that's one of your dreams where you're this totally not asshole, like semi-French guy.
Not voice in my head. Please be quiet, because I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just pointing out the absolute point of what I am seeing. I don't see how making sense of the world in a way in which it absolutely makes sense to me is anything wrong. So what you're doing is taking away my advocacy to be the individual that I would love to be inside of my own head. And if at some point in time it all spills out into an utter spew of technological mischief and mayhem and ends us all getting blown up by some point, well, then it does. But the fact of the matter is that we have an individual here that claims to see the sparkly lights in the sky, which I've never seen. An individual that, for some strange reason, decides that they want to turn themselves into a small rodent, only to probably be eaten by something at some point in time. And then a young lady who has too many books. I think that we should probably make some kind of a book cart. We can like travel around and have people read the books and like give them out for free. And
Out of curiosity,
Time
would
out.
Linnea have like opened up one of the like things on the outside of the fence of the library area, like the little like take and go
Linnea is the town
libraries?
babysitter.
Okay.
Lydia is the village babysitter, so she has the books for the kids who come when she's babysitting them. She wants to at some point open the library, which is why she's doing this. She wants money to fix up the library.
that might be the greatest asset that we have instead of asking around stupid questions to individuals that only want to be paid for what they're doing. Adults, just anyway, asking children usually is the best way to get answers in the forthright. You can give them candy, you can give them food. Apparently, they know how to read in this slum. Something that I had to take quite long lengths in order to get out this some kind of bird speech that I can that I have. That now I have to translate it into common. But nevertheless, maybe we should inquire into these youth that are running around, youth gone wild, and figure out where we need to go.
Wait, time out. You've been around us for 3 or 4 hours. You haven't said a word, and now you're ranting about fashion and picking on her because she wants to help children and his breath.
Who's picking on anybody? I'm just merely pointing out the obvious. I'm not the ones who stood at the precipice of pushing off a large pushing off a large. What the fuck was it? It was a chest. Pushing us a large chest, not knowing what the interior concealed, tumbling down 12 feet when all you had to do was take out a piece of rope, use your intelligence. I'm not that smart. I know someone who is quite intelligent, but I am not that smart. The fact of the matter is that I'm just using my environment to overcome whatever this is, and to be quite frank, I'm not even sure what the fuck we're doing here.
I would just like to point out I consulted the stars, and the stars told me to get it down. They did not tell me how.
Well,
I took the most direct path. It was
Or
not the
you're not
smartest path.
helping.
When the twinkling lights cease to exist and you're sucked into the nether void without a scope of existence, and you're not able to find your way through your divine interception of manipulating whatever you manipulate, unfortunately, you'll be left with the only tool that you have, and that would be your actual rational brain. So if you could use that rational brain for one moment and figure out what the fuck is going on, let's please do that. If we're going to kill something, let's kill something. But I will mention one thing to you. I would not go into the Scrapway, at least not deeply into the Scrapway. There are very large creatures there, so large that with one bite they could probably wipe out this entire party. So be cautious of them.
I agree. That's why I went up to scout to see if there were truly people out there. And it appears that they are. So they either have some way of getting out there themselves, or they have some means of taming or quelling the beasts that live in the scrapyard. I think it would do us wise to figure out one of those two avenues of how they're getting out there.
Again, maybe we should inquire with the younglings that are walking around, the tiny tots, the youth, the individuals that are neither itty-bitty or gigantica. Those individuals may be able to lead us to such a place.
So, what is everybody's passive perception?
I was just about to ask to make a perception check too.
16.
Mine's a 15.
12.
13.
Mr. Ken?
15.
15? Okay, so Ori, Luna, and Linnea, as Luna is sitting there talking about quite large beasts, all of you feel because you guys have been, well, at least Linnea and Luna, I'll say that you guys for sure, because you guys have been down here, you guys feel a familiar tremor. And you guys very quickly remember the type of beasts that are roaming around in the Scrapway, and then the piles of just garbage and waste that are out there. Which I think I sent you pictures, Ken. I don't know if I sent you them. Lily, but I'll get on that. But
I can.
you
I
guys
can,
definitely
I
do
can
that.
send it.
Thank you. But yeah, you hear the rumbling and you know the beasts that are attached to them, and then that makes you a little nervous. But you also feel that it's not coming in very close at the moment, anyway.
Okay,
If something is
so
at least in the area.
maybe we should keep it down. Might be a little too loud and
Why?
attracting attention. Well, you see, Luna's not wrong about the animals and the chomp part. So we should probably keep our voices down.
Would I know from my time working in the area on any like stories about this?
Well, the
Creature?
stories are
Yeah,
Or-
I was going to say stories of them.
the stories. It's the hippogator. You've never seen a
That
hippogator?
is that is not what it is.
Are you
That
sure?
is not the name I gave you.
It's a hippogator.
That is not the name I gave you.
Does it
I've
not?
heard
game?
of the hippogator.
I am
I want to do
I
an
am
insight
terrified of
check
hippos.
on the term hippogator.
Above game, that does look. I am terrified of hippos. I just want you to
Hippo
know.
body, gator mouth.
It's a
Send it-
hippogator.
Send it to the Shattered Awakenings chat at least. Not a hippogator.
That is a
It's,
hippogator.
Sounds like a hippogator to me.
Well,
That looks like a hippo. I don't care what you say.
I
Well,
need
the
to see
simple-
a picture.
That is
the
my
simple
worst
fact.
nightmare.
The simple fact is that let me make a quick drawing of it. It'll just take me a few seconds. I will use my highly intelligent skills to be able to manipulate this pencil in such a manner that it will just appear on a page. Hold on one moment.
You were talking about people not knowing how to read, but you can draw.
Well, I know a
I'm gonna
lot of people
criticize
that
the
are
shit out of
his
artists that are-
That's a hippogator.
Also, if-
That's
That is not
100% a
hippogator.
hippogator.
That
Why
No.
would you bring that nightmare?
Hippogator. I'm going to cut this off now. Hippogator is not going to be this campaign's street shark. Okay,
Well,
It's a
that is
hippogator.
not what
That
this
is
is
a
going to be.
hippogator. Yeah.
It is not a hippogator.
It's a
Insert
garbage
hippogator.
alligator.
Insert
What I-
hippogator photo here.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to forcefully negate the voice in my head, and what I see as a player character in the game is a fucking hippogator. It can be
Okay.
called whatever you want to call it. I'm describing it as a hippogator
It's
because that
I
is
think it's
exactly
a
what it looks like.
gatopotamus.
a gator.
Gatorpotamus.
A gatopotamus.
Alligator.
It could be a gatopotamus. I will go with gatopotamus or hippogator. Either one is
How do you know
fine.
it's not a hippodial though?
I don't know what you're talking
snout.
about because
Snout's
that
different.
voice actually doesn't exist on the material plane.
Got it.
After all, crocodile.
Allipotamus.
I will come up with all the puns and witty comebacks
Dude,
based
the
around
crocopotamus is probably the best name for that. If we're being honest.
the
Anonymous.
giraffopotamus.
The crocopotamus.
The crocopotamus. It looks like it. Okay,
Crocopotamus.
hippogator. It's the same thing.
Anyway, go back to it. Go do your thing. The hippogator, the crocopotamus,
Hippodile. The
Hippodile.
hippodile.
whatever you guys want to call it. Do your thing.
I look straight at Miss Iris. It seems that maybe this area isn't as safe as we thought it was.
No, it's probably not. We should either move to high ground or just get out of the Scrapway.
Okay. Do you have an exit plan? I'll follow you.
Sorry, and children. Real quick, DM, how well do I know the layout here? Could I roll for that?
The layout. You do not go into the actual Scrapway itself. You have known it to be dangerous. You have seen that these crocopotamuses or hippogators
Hippodile.
or gutter maws is what I put their name as, but now I'm going to go change that to
Hippodile.
Crocopotamus. But you have seen them out there in the junk piles. You don't have any particular use to go out there, so your knowledge of the area kind of ends like at the fence line to this part. But like I said, you've seen these things. They generally stay away, unless they get particularly hungry or somebody stupid goes out wandering around out there. But
Okay. So can we see the other end of the Scrapway? Like the direction that we're supposed to go, we can't see it?
you no from just the surface view, no. Ori was able to get kind of a rough path. But from where you guys stand, like all you see is mountains of scrap and junk that turns into even bigger mountains of garbage and other unsavory stuff.
So I'm
Okay,
not fully
so-
aware of these crocopotamuses. Do they typically run in packs or are they solo?
Well, I'm sure that if there's one, there's another. I mean, that's kind of the way.
Always two there are?
Well,
No
I'm
more, no
going-
less?
Well, I mean, to be quite frank, there has to be at least. Well, I don't know. Actually, they could breed in a different way that I'm not aware of. But giving their posture, their legs, their maw, general description of what they are, they probably procreate in some way. So maybe we could go on a hunt.
Crikey.
I heard of something on my travels. One was nicknamed Moto Moto.
Well, maybe we should go on a hunt for them. I think that one of you, who is the barbarian? You're strong, aren't you? I think that you should lead. I think that you should lead the party. And let's go find one of these things. Maybe we could find its eggs, and then we could sell them.
On
Or
this
better yet-
episode of
better
Ken
yet-
trying to end the campaign.
Well, we could drill small holes in either end of their eggs and siphon out the fluidy mucus that's inside, and then we could stuff inside of that some kind of explosive device. Once we, instead of the explosive device, I can make some kind of wick or something, and then we could blow something up with them. It'd be like literal scrambled egg.
Look, it's probably illegal to bring an egg of these crocopotamuses.
I
into
have
the
heard
city
that. I have heard that.
I have heard
because
lots
those
of
things
things
could go on a
happen if you
murderous
do that.
rampage, and you don't want that
Ripping-
running around in a town.
Ripping people's faces off. I know.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Or we could just keep
The-
moving silently through the Scrapway to try to make it to the.
I think we should find the zoo. I think we should find the zoologist, Irwin. He should probably be able to make us, give us some more indication of what these
Irwin Steve.
Yeah.
are. No, this would be Jebediah Irwin.
Jebediah. Okay. Ori, give me a nature check real quick.
Nature check. Oh,
Yeah.
this is actually really funny.
Please tell me
How
you're a
about-
druid that is not proficient in nature.
Is nature's a negative
So
side?
nature.
Say what?
I'm not proficient in nature. That's a straight
Of course
3.
not. 3?
I have a
Nope,
+5
you don't know
in-
shit about these things. Linnea, if you want to try to give it a roll, go for it. Because apparently Ori is a druid that knows nothing of nature, despite the
I'm not
fact
a
that he hates
I know
technology.
some of nature.
I'm not
I
a nature
think-
druid. I'm a space druid.
Just to let you guys know, nature and those types of things are. I am not only proficient, but I'm quite proficient. I have a +7 in nature.
Good to know.
I don't
Whoever
tend to.
wants to
So
give
we
me
need
a
to know
nature
about
roll.
space
17.
Go
crocopotamuses.
for it. 17?
That's
Okay.
good.
17. As they're talking, as Luna mentions going for a hunt, right? You get very nervous at that because you know that, especially at your guys' current stage in life, one might call it a level even, that fighting one of these things would 100% result in everybody dying.
Well,
Not even a maybe.
I did.
It's like a 100%.
I did point out the simple fact that the creatures, the beasts that live in there, could eat us all in one giant
Yes.
bite. I mean, I
I'm
did
just-
point that out.
I'm
But-
just saying
But
that
we might find a small one that won't eat
Yes.
us all in one bite.
Yes, a
3
tiny-
bites.
I could turn into a mouse and be bait.
because
like-
none of you guys
Ooh,
have
that's
seen
a plan.
Jurassic Park 2.
No, there's ones that are called. I believe that the smaller version are the hippocamen. I believe that's what it is.
Cayman.
The-
Okay, Linnea, you put your hand up. You got something? Or were you just saying that you've seen Jurassic Park 2?
I've seen Jurassic Park too.
Yeah, so you know what happens. Stab their kids. It's okay. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, it's quite fine. Just don't go into the woods and take a poop.
I mean,
Everyone
just
who went
common
into the
knowledge.
woods or went into a restroom in Jurassic Parks, they were eaten.
Jurassic Parks.
I think I saw that play.
There
Okay,
were multiple?
Ori.
How long have we been setting here?
Too long.
Probably a grand total of about half an hour.
Okay, I just because I would have put this this cloak on since no one else claimed it.
Yeah.
I would
go
have thought
for
I
it.
wanted to start trying to attune to it if I could.
Yep.
That is an ugly looking shade of brown.
I will say when
Actually,
Ori puts it on, it changes to fit the general look of the area, but it doesn't look outright dirty. Like it just kind of blends.
yeah, I was gonna say the cloak's color would shift to make me blend in with my surroundings.
Wow,
Well,
do you
your
think it matches
surroundings
the
look
personality of
terrible.
the person who wears it?
Maybe it's like a mood cloak.
Maybe. I think it's a mood cloak. Is your mood
I
that
used-
color right now?
I mean, those mood rings are kind of a scam. I used to sell them to make a little bit of pocket change to eat.
They work on body heat.
Well, of
How long
course
have you
you,
been here?
of course you have. I mean, half of the things that you do are nonsense to begin with. Looking at cards. Who looks at cards? I can look around and see that the day is long, the night is even longer, and the threats are many. Don't need somebody to tell me that by looking at a simple card. Don't get me wrong. I know we've just kind of met. I don't know how long we've known each other. We could have known each other for decades, for all I know. But unfortunately, in the session before the session before the session, I didn't establish that. But neither did you. The simple fact that I'm going to tell you right now is that I'm going to use the phrase "a simple fact" more times than we could record in a simple version of this game in any eternity. So that might be something for the audience to pick up on. And if they did, they could probably use some type of beverage to intoxicate themselves if they wished and they were over the age of 21 and of legal drinking age in which the country and then they are in. That would be fun.
Okay. So again, I'm gonna say Luna, Linnea, and Ori. You guys notice something at this moment because the street lights are on. And you notice that they all dim out for a second. Like they get really, really dim, not quite going all the way out. But it definitely it would catch your attention. Like it seems like the power is being drawn something else for about I don't know about 4 or 5 seconds. Just
What up?
yes, Beller, what's up?
While they're having that conversation, I slowly slip the mood ring off and put it into my pocket so nobody sees that I had one.
Okay,
Perception check.
I was gonna say sleight of hand.
I want to see if I pick this up with my passive perception.
16.
16.
All right, I have a 15.
Yes, Linnea.
My book right now is probably circling in a cautious-y tone since there are some of these. What did we land on? Nightmares
Hippodial.
roaming around.
I hear. So these
Off me, you mother hen.
hippodiles can be hungry hippodiles. So we should be very cautious.
She's just being overbearing. Stop.
Oh, you guys are making my head hurt.
I mean, there is a vendor, one of the street food vendors down a ways. I don't know if any of you had a chocodile before, but they serve chocodile.
No.
It's quite tasty.
All right. So, what are we doing, guys?
Going off rails.
Yes, and that's why I'm trying to get you guys even to like any forward progress. If you guys want to, if you guys want to spend the whole session here, I'm good with it.
Making
I will just,
crocodile puns.
I will just
Crocodile
sit back and enjoy the show.
I, for one, think this is a crock of shit, but we should proceed. South.
Yes.
South. I don't know which way we're supposed to be going, but if it was south, let's go.
I'm pretty sure south leads us further into the scrapyard towards the
South
light
puts
that I
us
saw.
toward the crocodiles.
Well, whichever way we're supposed to be going, pick a direction. Should we go back to the cantina?
You mentioned going back out to the scrapyard and asking the children if they've seen anything.
You could go back to the
Yeah.
library if you don't want to go any further.
We're in the library, aren't we?
Are we
No,
in the
you guys are
library?
in-
Where are
You
we?
guys are in the
We're in the
school.
scrapyard.
Oh, in the school.
Oh, we're in
You're
school.
in the school on the edge of the scrapyard. You guys notice because last time the slum equivalent of night has come on because they don't have a real night because you guys are in an underground city pretty much. But they do the thing where because during the day they have these huge just rings of light that stay on to simulate sunlight. They have dimmed those out, and they kind of just have one ring around the central pillar of the slums that just kind of lights up, kind of imitating more like moonlight. So it's what you guys call the moon. You guys have never actually seen the real moon, but you guys equate that to it's your guys' moon.
Moonlight.
Yeah.
I have another serious question about the hippodiles. Do they typically just stay on the surface, or are they in the sewer system?
I would say between Luna and Linnea knowing a little bit about these things, typically they stay amongst the trash, and they are more or less content eating trash. To Zalteric's point, back when they used to send actual people out to manage the waste lines and everything, because it goes down to, whatever waste management process they have goes kind of through the Scrapway to this place, and they would have to go repair those. The crocopotamus or hippodiles or whatever we're calling them, hippogator, they would go after the people that went in after it. But they wouldn't just typically go after just like anybody living on the periphery. They are very territorial creatures. Kind of like real hippos. They'll leave you alone until you become a problem. But
They run underwater.
did you see the picture of the second one I sent you?
I saw both pictures and I'm upset at both. I'm not joking. I will not go near the hippo thing at the zoo. I can't. I don't like hippo.
For real? I
No,
don't
I'm
think-
being 100% serious. This is an actual fear that I have. Everyone makes
don't
it different, and
think-
I don't care. They kill more people
On
than
a
like any other
sidebar?
animal out there.
that is valid. On a sidebar, I don't know if I have ever met somebody that has a legitimate fear this big of hippos.
Those things are terrifying. I don't know how anyone else.
I'm like you are with large spiders, not like typical house spiders, right? But when you start talking about like tarantulas, huntsman spiders, stuff like that, I'm the fuck out. No, I won't fuck with those.
Huntsman
But
spider.
hippos, like I've never been afraid of hippos. It's intriguing. But anyway, all right. So you guys are here. You know that because it's night, generally there aren't many kids running around. There are some people walking around, kind of making their way to their little shacks just outside of Linnea's little schoolyard area. but so what do you guys want to do?
Going. I vote that we keep going because just standing here is gonna get us in trouble. So I say we keep going.
So as long as we leave the hippodiles alone, we should be good.
As long as we don't encroach upon them, they won't encroach upon us.
Sounds like a great plan.
You would like? I can make us harder to detect as we move about.
You have a concept of a plan. Like
Just
12%.
say the word, and I'll.
Everyone, be sneaky.
Okay.
Sneaky beaky like.
I'll hold off on making us a little bit extra sneaky until things begin to become a little more dire.
Why don't we go and see where that light is coming from?
So go into the light. Okay, got it.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are going into the Scrapway is what we're doing. Okay.
Yep.
So you guys find a reasonable path that looks like it is somewhat used. I guess it's not, none of the paths through this part are perfect, but this one seems the easiest and the most logical to go down.
It doesn't have hippodile footsteps, does it?
Not that you guys notice. And you guys would definitely notice them. I will say that. They would be, you guys would not even need to roll for them. You guys would just all of a sudden be standing in one.
Had to make sure.
Yeah. But so you guys go for a while, and you guys notice as you guys are following these paths and kind of moving amongst the scrap and the junk, the smell is kind of getting worse, a lot worse. Like the smell of untreated sewage is kind of just becoming very prevalent.
My book is literally in my face, like this, like covering my nose. All you see is my eyes.
You guys notice just this faintest little like puff of like glittery smoke that's coming off of the book that's kind of giving Lily a smell of like lavender and like like roses, very floral smell.
I think they misnamed this place. They should have called it the Scrapway.
All right, so probably about 20 feet ahead of you guys. You guys notice that there is you hear what you equate to flowing water, and you see some kind of flowing liquid that is about, like I said, about 20 feet ahead of you. And you notice that the path where you are, all of a sudden, it looks very much so more like there are intentional walls of junk. And if anybody wants to give me a perception check,
Well,
you guys can pick whoever. But somebody give me one. If somebody wants to help, let me know. Whatever you guys want to do. All of you can give me one. Totally up to you guys.
I got a 24.
24? All right. Linnea, you are hearing just the slightest sound of like crackling. Like
Okay.
Almost like a static noise.
All right. Does anybody else hear that? Like pops? Like really, really like high pitchy pops.
With a 14, would I hear it?
Nope.
Okay.
It is not quite that loud.
Can I roll an Arcana check? See if
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna do it with my hand roll. I got 15.
15? You definitely pick up evocation magic, kind of all around, just the junk in this area.
Oh. Well, something's going on here because I've noticed some magic. Or something. Something's here.
I'm
Sure
gonna
nobody else feels weird?
Now you said there's a wall.
I'm gonna lean over to Ori.
Kind
and
of up.
just
Like I would say, you guys are probably walking through this area that's probably about 6.5 feet tall total. Like kind of coming to a point too. So if you're 6 feet, you're kind of having to duck down a little bit.
Can I lean over to Ori and just say, if you're going to make it harder for people to detect us, if Linnea is saying that there is magic about, now might be an opportune time.
Let me try something else. Can I cast detect magic and see if I can get whatever exactly is giving off that vibe of magic to light up for me?
Sure.
So I'll have
Oh,
detect magic going on.
It's
All right.
really, really high pitched.
So with detect magic going on, you are just constantly getting this ping of evocation magic just kind of all around you at the moment.
We might be in a death trap.
A what? Ow.
Everywhere around us right now, definitely
Type of
has some
thing.
form of evocation magic. And for those who aren't familiar with the magics, that's the hurt you type of magic.
So as you're saying this, because you're just talking at a normal tone, you all start to hear just this rumbling, and kind of through the scrap off to all of your guys' left, you see a large crocopotamus shaped object kind of emerge, and it kind of like goes to start like roaring at you, and you notice this maw coming like towards you guys. And as you see it hit this kind of wall that of junk that is between you and it, you notice just this huge arcing light and sparks and everything flies off, and it just kind of rears back and it shakes its head and just kind of, lets out this kind of mix between a roar and a kind of a rumph kind type noise as it just kind of turns around and plows off into the garbage the opposite way.
Oh, by the gods.
I think I found our death trap.
So don't touch that.
Yes. Unless you too would like to have a shocking experience, I would avoid putting your hand anywhere near it.
So, was this thing like against like it's a barrier we can't cross it kind of thing?
Yeah, like I said, you guys are going through this kind of pathway, and it opens up into this like this arching path moving forward. So you guys got a definite path forward, and it seems like this whole thing is just kind of lined with the evocation magic, and kept the big one. And I will say the one that you guys saw was definitely the second picture.
Oh, so that was Moto.
No,
Well,
Was that
it was
King?
a crocopotamus.
Was that King Crocopotamus? Did he have a giant like band-aid on his stomach that if we hit his weak point?
No.
Well, there's nowhere to go but only way out is through.
as long
I
as we
must
stay
have
in between the
It
barriers,
could be
we
a
should be fine.
possibility that this isn't here to hurt us, but to hurt
Appears to be a deterrence.
the
So I
hippodive.
think as long as we stay on our path, and we don't touch this barrier, I think we are fine. It should prove useful, and as an extra layer of protection for us.
So hands in pockets or inside cloak or at your sides. But don't do this one. Only at your sides.
Walk down the hallway like this.
Hey, I've seen enough anime to know there's always one guy walking around like that.
Yeah, just hanging out. Yeah.
Give me a
at
D20
least,
roll.
at least we don't have to worry about being attacked from the
No,
sides, just the front and back.
Zalteric, give me that D20 roll.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I had to open up the page.
He makes jokes, but some jokes have consequences.
Is what it is. Is it just a straight D20?
Just straight D20.
9.
9. So, Linnea, I say that you notice that he is legitimately walking like this, and you see his elbow just like constantly getting like that close to the wall, and you makes you a little nervous.
She looks over at Sage, her book, and the book kind of looks back at him in a sense, like turns. And then
Does it
She wants you
smack
to
me on the
check.
back of the head?
no, like it snaps
Oh,
in
okay.
front of you
Oh,
to get your attention. And you just hear Linnea's like, she wants you to set your elbows down.
just put my arms by my side.
Lame. All right. So you guys continue, and you get up to this river that is about 5.5, 6 feet wide, maybe. I say river in the very loosest of terms. I will say definitely not water flowing in there. It is a strong mix of, I'll say, raw sewage and garbage juice. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, like if there's a little hole in the bottom of the bag when you go to take it out of the whatever your container is, and that crap that's just in the bottom, that and raw sewage from a leak that obviously waste management has not gotten around to fixing yet.
I don't think there's anything else to say other than ew, but I feel bad about saying it. It's not the river's fault.
So is there anything like structure-wise on the other side?
The structure does continue on the other side.
Like, is there like a pole or something on the other side?
Nope.
Is there a chest we can push off of a balcony?
Is there a log?
There is not a log.
How wide is the river?
Like I said, about 5.5 feet.
Okay, we can do that.
Everybody can jump that pretty easily.
This is the door. Let us deal with it.
Yeah.
I have a -1 strength. Do I need to roll for that? I'm a feeble man.
Can I just throw him? I'll just throw you.
I was gonna say, make an athletics check and please roll a 1.
Yeah, sure.
I don't generally root for my players to roll a 1, but in this case, I would kind of be amused.
Well,
Can the book help me?
You can just anybody with a positive strength can just jump across. You're fine.
I don't have a positive strength. That's why.
Do you have a negative strength too?
Not a negative. It's like a 0. I'm even.
If it's a 0,
You're good.
Okay.
as long as it's not negative,
I got a 10.
you are fine. A 10.
Okay,
Okay, you managed
I'm adding. Jump over.
Yeah, you managed to you all if all of you are jumping over, all of you managed to do it. Don't even make you roll. I will say you do see Salter kind of take Ori, like without Ori even knowing it, just kind of surprise grab and huck him over. Ori, I'm in a deck save situation. You just land kind of like face first in the dirt as you just got shit whipped across the river of shit. Like
you friend.
Linnea hopped over, almost floating. Oh, are you okay?
I'm great.
I just
got over
tweaked
here.
my back a little. Oh, I should have stretched first. Oh.
The little one helped me. That's a great day.
Back stretch, and then you do like the squat and turn your shoulders. Those are the best ones.
But I don't care because some of you are going to recognize that I am indeed recycling this map and this setup, but I don't care. As you guys land on the other side, all of you, with just your passive perceptions, notice that there is a small-sized skull that is wearing a kind of like a childish like mage's hat, like typical like straight pointy hat with just the goofy designs and all that, and it's kind of crooked and dirty, and it like greets all of you by kind of like spinning to life, and it looks at all of you and says, "Greetings, brave travelers! I am the skull of Abraxas the Mighty, a mage of some renown, and although I left the mortal coil ages ago, my skull still possesses the means to grant a single wish. To earn this wish, you must simply shout to the heavens whatever it is you desire most, and I will make it so." It yells at the top of its, not lungs because it doesn't have any, but at a very excessive volume.
I don't want his hat.
You did
Linnea,
get a new dress. This one's a little old.
Abraxas, the name Abraxas definitely stands out to you because of your books. It is a name from many of the children's books, like a series of children's books. But the rest of you
Like
guys
in a good way or a bad way that it comes out? 'Cause
well, it's definitely there in a lot of the children's books, so take for that however you think Linnea would take that.
Just,
Like-
all right. It doesn't seem so suspicious at all.
Kind of like Merlin, I'll say it
Abraxas.
that way.
Oh, Abraxas. Oh, I think I've heard of Abraxas. I'm not entirely sure how much I remember, but I've seen Abraxas come up in a couple of the fairy tales. If I roll a history check, would it tell me more?
No, because I don't have the name of of the fairy tales made up, but I can come up with them if you want me to. Just not right now.
If I
Okay,
could
so-
interject, this obviously is a trap. It said it out loud, so if there's someone alerted by this, they already know we're coming, so we probably need to be on our best. Unless you really want to yell and get them here sooner, I think we need to keep moving. Don't touch it,
Not
because
bad
it's
advice.
obviously going to do something.
But I want the hat.
I really want a new dress.
I'm with Linnea here.
You all do that.
Remember, she's just very trusting. So,
Is there?
And I'm a believer in all kinds of fate and everything, so I'm like, this is fate.
Is it like hallway
Yes,
skull, like corner?
Yeah, is there like 30 feet past this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Walk 30 feet past this thing,
I'm
turn around and go,
funeral.
Ori,
You distract whatever comes in the Gothopotamus or
this
hippopotamus.
sounds like something right up your alley. You're exactly right. You should probably inquire some more.
But let me and Luna, get a little bit further away before you touch it.
Well, let me pick up this piece of scrap metal and use it as a shield for a moment.
Are you
Linnea
touching
with the
scrap
apron.
metal? I said, are you touching some scrap metal?
Whatever's on the path. Are we walking on scrap metal?
Well, it's kind of a dirt-ish type path, but
Oh, I
the
thought we were
only
walking
scrap
over
metal
the
is
path.
around you. So if you're actually grabbing some, I need to know.
No, I thought we were been walking all over this whatever this place was. The
No, like the path
Scrapway,
has been
just-
the path that you guys have been walking has been mostly like beaten down to the point of its
Oh. Wow.
dirt and rock and type stuff, and just surrounded by, and constantly with the smell of just trash juice, because you guys are kind of at the bottom of all the scrap and junk and garbage.
How tall is Linnea and Ori?
I'm 6 foot.
Of course you are.
I believe I made her like 5'3", 5'4".
Ah, good. Closer to my size. Fantastic.
Um,
Can I? I'm gonna grab you by the ear. Ori. I'm gonna pull you down to my level.
Ori
Yes,
or Lynette? Okay.
Ori. I'm gonna gently pull Linnea because she's closer to my level than Ori was. It would be unwise to yell at the top of your lungs what you wish for while we are trapped inside of a shocking metal scrap pile.
I'm not going to yell, but let me consult with the magic voice. Is my detect magic still up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
is it glowing?
unfortunately, it's like everything around you is pinging as magic, and I will say that this
Is the
thing,
skull in particular?
it's pretty strong magic. Yeah.
Can I tell what school of magic it is?
Is that part of detect magic?
Yes. You see a faint
okay.
aura around any creature or object in an
Give
area
me
that
a
bears
give me a
magic.
quick Arcana check.
Okay.
Come on, Bela, let's go.
11.
11.
Yeah,
Okay.
this should be fun.
I'll
I
say
have
that's
guidance.
I
enough.
really want to
that
see what
you
happens,
Bye,
but I don't
mixed
want
with
to
your
die.
mixed
Goodbye,
with
everybody.
your
It's been nice meeting you.
Arcana, like your just general knowledge of Arcana. You pick up that this is a magic mouth spell. So I
It's a
think
scam.
that's illusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a scam. Walk on.
Glad
As you go to walk away, the
Dang.
skull kind of like comes right up behind you. I would like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
If I could I use
The-
Thorn
by
Whip
the way,
to
the book
attempt
is
to
pushing me
grab
forward.
the hat?
It's
The
like,
book
dang
is
it, how did
pushing
they
me
find
out
me?
of the situation like, while they were talking.
You're trying to thorn whip the hat?
Yeah, I want the hat.
No, I will
Go for it.
actively not allow that.
Okay. Do you want me to roll an attack?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 22.
With a 22, you see the thorn whip goes right at the hat, and you see it wrap around what would be the hat before it goes through just an illusion.
Anyways,
Fucker.
move on.
It's like, see, it wasn't even that bad. Oof! The book is pushing me ahead.
Was that
It's
worth
just
it, Ori?
illusion.
Now let's go. Let's go. I want to
Have
push.
faith. Have faith. It was just illusion magic.
All right. Wow. Baylor, I see why they test people to join.
That's why I detect magic on it first. I'm not gonna touch it if it was anything that I knew.
All right.
blew.
So you guys are continuing down the path. Tell me, like, what does it look like as you guys are continuing down the path? Like, what are you guys doing? Like,
Not touching the sides.
I am actively looking everywhere.
okay.
I guess I'm in the back because I was pushing Ori
Is-
and Linnea forward.
Is anybody moving with any kind of stealth, or is everybody just moving?
I had initially
Cautiously.
rolled a stealth check and I got an 18, but that was like, I rolled it in the thing. It
Well,
was like at the beginning of this.
so as
I
a
would be
group-
moving stealthily because I still have my
Okay.
hood up as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so
See-
if
see
you are
with the
trying to
path
be
you-
stealthy, give me a stealth check. If not, then don't. It's up to you.
It's a 7.
7.
With a 10.
19.
Unless I'm not trying to hide, so this isn't. I don't get advantage.
It's a 10.
Linnea. 10.
I got a
Yeah.
19.
barbarian.
Luna, are you rolling a stealth roll, or are you just going about your business?
Dirty
All
20.
right. Okay. So Linnea, you are, or not Linnea, Luna, you are moving out a little bit ahead of everybody. You are stepping lightly, moving, as stealthy as you know how, and you are just feeling good about not being seen. And your little raccoon ears kind of turn back towards the party as you just hear all of them just kind of like just walking through.
Did I just
Like,
step in?
you look at them trying to be stealthy, and they are just the absolute worst at it. Like,
That's the
not
most.
understanding how they can be
Yeah.
this bad.
Even with a
That's the-
19?
That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Because as far as I know, my hearing aids did not work, and I don't have very good hearing. So they must be really kicking up the shit back there. No pun intended.
Don't
So
worry, I don't think they're gonna hear
hearing all that, I'll just stop.
Linea's
I'll
singing.
just stop in my tracks and
It's
just
just-
look forward and just wait till they all fucking pass by.
Okay.
If they're just going to be all like
We
Okay.
don't even see
So-
him as we walk past.
So pretty much. And I will say, you do notice Zoltaric is like managing to keep the most quiet amongst them, but yeah, the rest of them just sitting there coughing, kind of snoring a little bit because it's kind of dusty down here, so you get the like just. I just got it like with a stealth roll of 10, Linnea, without even realizing it, right? As you're trying to be sneaky, you are moving stealthily, but you are humming some like random Disney tune, just like just sitting there, just in your own little world, just
And it's not even softly, it's like a good tone.
exactly. She doesn't even
Yeah.
realize she's doing it.
Just out of nowhere.
The tune
I
from
don't
Sleeping
talk
Beauty
about
that she hums in the
Bruno.
forest.
Beautiful. So you guys all move by. Luna, your stealth roll stays, so I will say that you are going to remain hidden for this. But the rest of you, you all hear kind of a horn. And we are all going to roll for initiative as a bunch of little goblins kind of come out of the scrap from niches and openings that you guys didn't realize. They
Dirty
seem
20.
pretty intent. I can see that. I still need Lunas and Zoltarix.
Got the little 17. My second best roll of the night.
23.
23.
Natural 20, baby.
All right. All I'm missing is Lunas
For what?
for your initiative.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Yes, sir. All right. So I'm going to start this here encounter. And I will, because Ken, I know you'd like to keep track. It is going to be Zoltaric is going to be first in initiative order. 3 bad guys. Then Balor. Then 2 bad guys. Linnea. Then 3 more bad guys. Then Ori and Luna. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 more bad guys. But before we go into initiative order, because you let everybody else go ahead of you, I will say the whole party is about, I'll give it 20, 25 feet ahead of you. You see all of this happening, so you're going to get a chance to do something before everybody else. And everybody else, you are standing in an opening that is about 30 feet by about 20, 25 feet ish. With a big pile of this kind of like this massive piece of scrap right in the middle of it that could provide some cover. But that is what you guys are looking at. So, Luna, you have a chance to do something before everybody else. So, what would you like to do with your surprise round?
I thought you said there was a map.
No, I have a map. I don't have one for you guys. That was on Friday. I gave you guys a map, not this one.
I don't know what to do. I pass.
You're not going to do anything on your surprise round?
I don't know where these guys are at.
You can see all of them.
Okay. I'll warn everybody. There's things coming from the east.
Okay, I will put this up here in your guys' chat so you guys can see at least the map that I am using to show you guys. This is the map that you got. Ken, you are by the little stump that's kind of towards the bottom of this opening. Are you guys all seeing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got, like, Ken, you are chilling currently by the stump that's kind of down by the opening. Everybody else, you kind of are right around that big monument thing that's by the number 4.
The one that's in the middle of the walkway, or the one that's literally got the 4 on it?
No, the one that literally has the 4 on it.
Okay.
So for visualization, that's about where you guys are. So you guys got a heads up that it's coming at least, so they will not get a full on. So they aren't going to get a surprise round. So we will start with Zaltrik.
All right. I was walking in the back, and I guess we were walking in some sort of line-ish. And are there any from behind us?
Nope, they all came out from in front of you guys.
All came out from in front. Okay.
Whoever's going first, I cast guidance.
Dope.
You should probably see if they are fucking
That's
friendly before you start murdering fucking people.
I was going to say, does anybody speak Goblin?
Do the goblins speak Celestial?
Nah, I speak.
They
How
do
would you
not.
know?
Dwarfish,
How would we
halfling,
know?
common, and celestial.
I just start shouting Latin at them.
Tu et domine et spiritus sancte. But yes, if you guys don't speak Goblin, you guys just hear a bunch of angry jibber jabber coming, so you don't know. You don't know. But is guidance a action or a bonus action or a? Because now that you're in a initiative order, it does matter.
Oh, what? It is a cantrip.
Yes.
And it says cast at
still-
will. It says right here, cast at will.
Hold on, let me look at you.
Right, which still follows the same guidelines.
Yes. So Zaldric, you are up. It should have a casting time under it.
It says one. I have it too. It says one action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
one
is your
action.
action. So you got to do that on your turn. That you can cast it on somebody else to have for their next thing coming up. So yes, it is a cantrip, and you can do it at will, but it still has a cost in your action economy. Does that make sense? Okay.
Other than other than just coming here for proof that we did something, do we have, I don't remember fully, do we have an exact thing we're doing here?
You
Or is
guys,
it just
you guys had decided to come here to take this gang out because they are unfriendly. They are robbing from people in the slums, which is a big time no-no. They are.
I beg to differ. We've never established that. We've never established that. According to the piece of paper that somebody has on them and they read, that's as far as we got. We've never ever said what we're going to do.
That okay. So, what you guys choose to do with it is up to them. But you guys do know that these guys they are a predatory gang that are extorting people. They are blackmailing people. They have been known for kidnapping and torturing people that don't pay. That kind of stuff. Because there are some gangs in the slums that are more like the mafia, but they do stuff. They don't mess with their own slum. I'll say it that way. They keep business outside of their slum. These guys they don't care. So it's up to you guys.
So just to clarify, there's 12 goblins, correct?
From a rough estimation, yes.
Okay.
I will say you guys don't have to fight these guys. But
I would
None of us
like
can talk to them.
I know. I would like to step forward, just getting in front of the gang of miscreants.
okay.
I would say trying to put them behind me so if something happens, there's a barrier between them, but I'm like
Sure.
5 foot, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And I would, even though I hear that they are speaking in a language that I do not understand whatsoever, I will ask if there is anyone who speaks in either Dwarvish or Common, because those are the two that I know.
Okay. So then, as you guys are trying to present yourselves as not a threat, as not threatening, as like Linnea is putting her hands up. Okay.
We was like, don't want to hurt anyone or get hurt ourselves.
Okay. So then, kind of one of the goblins, because they all started drawing, like, you see scimitars and daggers and stuff coming out. And one of them just kind of looks at you and, you wandered into the wrong part of the Scrapway. You're in Iron Skull territory.
We have a
And that is our
dilemma.
bad.
What was that?
I said, "Oh, what did Linnea say?"
I didn't. You guys were talking over each other. So
All Linnea said was replying, which was just like, and that was our bad. Kind of like,
We have a dilemma.
That's an
Y'all-
awfully big word.
Good, this will work. What I want to do.
We have problem.
I would say so.
You think you are above everyone by treating everyone like garbage, but we are all in the same situation, same issue. Why make life worse for everyone in the area that you reside in? It makes this entire
You know what? Ain't nobody out there looking out for us like the brothers do, all right? They look out for us while y'all out there starving, barely able to scrape anything together. We eat every night, okay? We get what's coming to us. We don't care about none of them. The brothers look out for us. Yes, Balor, if you're jumping in.
Well, is he done with his turn?
I will allow Zatharic a retort, and then we will go to Balor. That is how we will go with that. If there's going to be no action coming from you yet.
As far as actions go, the only thing I wish to do is have a reaction ready.
I don't think you can ready a reaction. Can you? I don't think so.
A
A reaction.
reaction is just that.
I was going to say a reaction can come from whatever
Fair
triggers it.
But you can ready an
Or
action.
You can ready an action, yes.
I will ready.
If they
I
get-
will
if they-
ready. I'll ready a reaction. Yeah, that.
What is this? What are you trying to ready?
I just, if shit pops off, I just want to nail the fucking.
Okay, so you're readying an attack if somebody gets aggressive.
Yeah,
Got it.
pretty much.
There we go.
My goal is to like golf swing that dude just into a fucking wall.
All right. So as he says that, you see Saldrick is just taking out his. You got a hammer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He just takes out his hammer and then Balor, you were gonna say something?
So this one that is speaking is obviously the head goblin, or it would assume.
Well,
He's
He's
the
at
one
least
that talked
for
first.
the group, I'll say it that way.
Look, maybe we don't. Maybe we can come to a deal. In my very pocket, I have a very expensive, extravagant ring. I will trade you if you let me and my associates go. No one has to get hurt. And I reach in my pocket and I pull out the mood ring from earlier.
And he kind of sits there and he raises his eyebrow and he's like, okay. And he takes out the little like eye magnifying glass thing and comes up to it and like starts taking a look at it. So as he's doing, he's sitting there and he just like raises the eyebrow and he's like, so you're gonna come into our turf and you're gonna try to offer some cheap piece of shit mood ring to
Then
try
I was
to buy
bamboozled.
your way into my turf to talk to my boss. That's what you're
Wait.
gonna do right here?
Wait, I was bamboozled. Someone sold me this and told me that this was a special ring.
Do they say?
Well,
do
you
we
must
see
be
Ori in
awfully
the background?
special. You must be awfully special to have believed that.
I
Yes,
can't believe
Linnea.
I've been scammed.
Is
You know,
that
we have a
the-
common
You know what?
goal
You know what?
now.
Hold
we
up,
need
hold
to
up.
stop people from
Make a
scamming.
performance check. Make a performance check about that one.
I'm going. Do I cash in the inspiration?
That is up to you. Or I suppose you could call it deception too. That's true. Performance, or if you're deception.
Oh, we are
depends
doing
on how
deception.
big. If you're
We are doing
trying to,
deception.
okay, go for it.
16.
16. Okay, he will sit there and just look at you and be like, you know, maybe we can talk to somebody that's like a little bit smarter than this guy. Maybe somebody who's not stupid enough to get, you know, bamboozled into buying a mood ring. Okay? Yeah, you miss. Oh, you're a pretty thing, aren't you?
Thank you. Can I cast suggestion?
Oh boy,
Sure.
kicking it off.
Hold up. Let me look real quick.
It's basically a
Yeah,
half.
yeah, you are next up anyway. So, and they are currently letting you guys talk. So, read suggestion for me.
The suggestion is before I roll is it's like
Well,
you should let us walk through because we mean no harm.
okay, and just read out the spell and what it does
Okay.
and what
So it's
is
like
involved.
you suggest a course. You suggest a course or activity described in no more than 25 words to one creature that you can see within range that can hear and understand you. The suggestion must sound achievable and not involve anything that would obviously deal damage to the target or its allies. For example, you could say fetch or something like that. The target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or have charmed conditions for the duration until you and your allies deal damage to the target.
Okay.
The charm target pursues the suggestion to the best of their ability. The suggested activity can continue for the entire duration, but if the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends for the target upon completing it.
Okay.
Love you too, baby.
And what is okay? So, what
And it
is
lasts for
your
8 rounds. It lasts for 8 hours.
okay? So, what is your DC on this?
My DC?
Yeah, your spell save DC
14.
14. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so you cast the spell. Are you trying to do it like subtly, or are you just blatantly outright doing
No,
it?
she's trying to be subtle. She's trying to be somewhat
Okay.
subtle.
Give me a sleight of hand check to see if you manage to be sneaky about it.
Got an 18.
Okay.
Shit.
So I will say you managed to do that, and you make your suggestion, and this guy in the front just kind of sits there and just, you know what? Maybe we should let him go talk to the bosses. Maybe we don't need to get in this fight. Maybe that's what's best for us. And you kind of see the rest of them are looking kind of confused, and you know what? You know what? You're so pretty. I'm gonna let you guys through.
Thank you.
All right. But I'm gonna
Very
warn you,
kind
if
of
the
you.
boss
You
tells
are
me I gotta
handsome.
come after you, I'm gonna have to cut that pretty little face, and I don't want to have to do that. But the bosses ain't as nice as me.
That's okay. I'm willing to take the risk. Like I said, we mean no harm.
Mm.
Okay. Good luck. And the rest of them start confusedly kind of like going back to the little hidey holes that they came from. Like you hear a bunch of them like,
I'm supposed to let
"Hey,
you.
we not going after these guys? This guy's obviously stupid as shit. He bought a mood ring and tried to hawk it like it's something special. Like, why? Okay,
Pulls
You all
same
did
trick.
really good on
Greg says what
formation.
Greg
It was
says.
really intimidating.
And I will say, like, you notice the goblin, like the head goblin, kind of like looks back at you before he kind of like goes in the little hole or whatever, and he just kind of like look back at you, and he definitely like shoots you a little wink. That's just, it's kind of sleazy as crap and all that, like typical like New York machismo, just in there like, how you doing, and just kind of like jumps into the hole.
A hole?
Yeah.
Okay. The book kind of like gets up like this, like all like defensive. Like, it's fine.
Aw. Gross, but aw. All right, and what we're gonna do real quick at this point then is we are going to take our bio break. So we're gonna give everybody 5 minutes, and then we will be back to see what you guys want to do from there. Sound good to everybody? Sweet deals. So 5-minute break. We will be right back. right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. We are picking up with the party who just managed to, Linnea managed to charm their way out of a combat. Convince them not to attack them and to let them go about their business. So, party, you guys watch all the goblins just kind of disappear into wherever it is they're going. And you guys are left to your devices. So, you guys tell me what it is that you guys are doing.
Well, that was fun. It was really scary for a moment there. It was the most fun I've had since I finished my very first full-length adult novel.
Well, it's probably best if we discuss it later and before they realize that we just bamboozled them, and we probably should skedaddle.
Yes. What is the goblin that we asked to let us go? Is he in front of us, or they just kind of moved?
No,
us
they are all. You guys are now standing in this clearing, completely on your own.
onwards and upwards?
Sounds like a plan.
I'm just practicing my golf swing for next time. Like, when it happens.
When you do have to swing like that, I promise to be very far away.
So, our current plan is just to go to where there are more of them. What are we
Maybe
hoping
we can
to do
talk
when we
them
get
out
there?
of their bad stuff.
In all honesty, my plan was just to get them closer so I could fuck more of them up. But
Well, that could work, but I'm not one to go mano a mano, so to speak. If you see
I'm
me,
a
I'm
pacifist, so
quite feeble. I don't know that a large-scale fight would lead very well for us. I might not be the brightest, but I don't feel it's wise.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
and don't say you're not the brightest. You're like a bright star, like the stars that you listen to.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Well,
I just didn't want to get blood everywhere. It's hard to take out of cloth.
I usually turn my problems to ash. I guess we'll move forward then. If we're set on doing this. I'll hang back like 10 feet as we're walking forward. And really on edge, watching.
Okay. You guys walk a little way up. And you actually circle back around to the shit river. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? There it went. So yeah, you circle around back to this kind of poo river. Here it is a bit wider. It is about 20 feet across. There doesn't seem to be any closer, like any narrower crossing anywhere. Like you guys kind of like look up and down in the immediate place that you see. No real narrower place to jump across, but you do see that there is a large kind of metal structure that is just kind of teetering there a little bit. Just kind of swaying back and forth in the artificial breeze that blows through, which is not really helping you guys because it's kind of blowing the stink right towards you. just a little bit. Yeah, you're in the steering.
Could I roll for investigation to see if that thing that's teetering can be knocked? To get
Sure, go for it.
$16.
Okay, so with the 16, you kind of walk around this structure a little bit, and you notice that it kind of is hinging on this point, where it kind of seems to be kind of embedding itself in this skeleton that is laying towards the base of it. You see where the armor of the skeleton is pierced, and you see that kind of two straps of this backpack are just kind of not breaking as it's holding this whole structure up.
So, like, with enough force from like a higher point of it, or is there something like you'd have to just wreck the bottom? I'm really bad with structure, so.
You get the vibe that taking that excuse me. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Wow. So you get the vibe that backpack that, like I said, the straps seem to be holding these two parts from splitting. That is like the only thing keeping it up. And if you point this out to any of the party, it would be pretty obvious to everybody. Like, that's kind of impressive.
What if we knock this down?
It'd probably make a lot of noise.
I'm pretty sure the goblins already told them we're here.
True.
Just a suggestion. Only because I can't think of anything else, and that looked like it'd be fun.
On the other side of the river, stream, poop river,
Yep.
is there anything that like a rope could be fashioned across that a makeshift hangy like climb across rope would work with?
I mean, you see places that could work. Now, whether you're going to get shocked or not, you don't know. And whether it is like you're not close enough to know if it is structurally sound to take much weight. You're 90% sure if it's not electrified, Luna could probably get across it. But any more weight than that, you would feel much less confident about.
I could potentially get on the other side with a rope, but I don't know if I could hold it strong enough for you all to get across. Otherwise, we all would kind of tug of war end up in the.
How wide is it?
Was it 25 feet?
Yeah, about 20, 25 feet. By all means, Zalteric, if you want to try to jump it, I fully support you.
I was.
The amount of shit puns that I'm sure we would all come up with would be numerous.
It is a shitty situation.
Up shit creek.
Without a
No, I
paddle.
would be in Shit Creek.
Oh no, that is just terrible.
Like I said, we could knock down the thing, and then just. If we knocked it down, could we walk across it?
You get the vibe.
Okay,
Now,
but if we knock it down, is it going to splash shit everywhere?
Also, is it like holding it like a fully functional pillar? Like there's something it's holding up top.
There is nothing that it is holding at all.
I'm gonna back up another 10 feet before they try to knock this thing over.
Well, it's looking like the best option to get everybody across at the same time, unless we want to try and send our lovely raccoon, who could probably use some of these lines to run across. Maybe no, a rope would still require strength.
And plus, I don't know what would zap her if she was trying to climb across. And burnt raccoon doesn't smell very good.
I don't know if I know what that smells like, so I will take your word for it.
I bet it turned his mood ring into a brown color.
So this backpack
Hmm?
that is holding the structure,
Yep.
does it seem like out of the ordinary or just kind of just a normal knapsack type?
Well, as if you take some time to investigate it, I won't make you make a roll just to see how it looks. It definitely seems in better condition than the armor and the skeleton that it's attached to. And when I say skeleton, I mean this is like skeleton, not like partially still flesh or whatever. This is straight
It's been
up
there a
bones.
while.
A long while. And the fact that it is not breaking in this situation, like you as you get there and look, like you see like these straps are being pulled tight. It's not breaking, which that would kind of catch your interest. And you do see a name on it. You see KZUMI.
Say that again.
KZUMI.
Does it look like I can open it without it disturbing the structural support system with it?
The not in order to do that, you would have to get inside of it, inside of the structure, which that seems like it might not be a good idea. Because if while you are in there, anybody does anything to cause this thing to go, you are going to be under a couple tons of bullshit.
Hold on, I'm reading something.
Okay, just because I feel like I'm lost. Is there a fence in front of us and then like a drop, or is it another river?
It is a river in front of you.
And
It is
there
the
is no
same
barrier.
poop river, no barrier around it.
I'm about to do something very stupid. If I were to go inside this structure and
Okay.
yank on this backpack, am I able to see the opposite side of said river?
Yes, you can see the opposite. Or are you talking about would you be able to cross it like inside of this structure? What are you going for?
Because I have a bonus action that I can teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space.
Okay.
Is it before I do it, I guess I have to see the space. Would I be able to
Yes,
see?
you would be able to see the space. And I will say, like, as you're eyeing that up, that 30 feet is like right on the edge. So you should, you'd want to be very confident in your placement of where you're going.
Okay, before I do anything brash, does anybody else have any ideas?
I do have the ability to summon a whip of thorns to pull things.
That doesn't seem very pleasant to hold on to.
I think he meant by pulling.
The backpack. So no one has to be inside.
Looking at it using physics, do we know it will fall the correct way?
Using physics, which all of you are absolutely versed in.
Ah, yes, the square root of pi. If he pulls on this angle on that beam, it should fall at a 96-degree angle, landing
I will say,
perfectly centered.
no, none of you are exactly versed in physics, but do you guys get the feeling that it will fall in the right direction if that backpack gets yanked off of there? Yes, you are pretty confident that it would.
All I'm saying is I already pressed the button in the chest. It's someone else's turn.
That's
I
valid.
tried to steal a hat off of a skull. I've done my due diligence as well.
Sounds like you're up, Patrick.
I tried to catch a chest from a balcony. I'm good.
I've also been tossed as a mouse. I've had many of our dumb ideas.
Without
Patrick's
getting
about
in
to.
the structure, how close from the edge of the structure to the bag is there?
It's no like the this bag is currently holding up like one corner of this
Oh, okay.
like radio tower type structure.
I get within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
I kind of open up my jacket. Bonus
Okay.
action to conjure my whip. And I
All right.
whip at the bag.
Can
Okay.
I cast guidance then?
Yes, you can cast guidance in this case because you guys are not in initiative order right now.
I'm gonna move out of the way. I don't want shit on me when that thing
I am
falls.
too. If I can see Luna, I'm gonna back
Okay,
up
are
and
you
let her-
towards
Yes,
like the
far
way
back.
that the structure is gonna fall? Because it does seem like that's where you gotta be to get the to have the leverage to pull it out.
Yes, because my reaction once it falls is to teleport on the away from the way that it's going to fall.
Okay. So go ahead and make an attack roll to see if you can get the whip on the bag. I'll say with advantage because it's not moving.
Okay,
Just
it's
the bag.
it's a 23, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. So you got the whip on the bag. Give me a quick strength check. If somebody would like to help him.
This is where
That can
guidance
help.
might.
Runs over, touches, help, and then runs back.
Ding, 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 bing. Okay, go for it.
I am cashing in my inspiration.
Go for it.
You son of a bitch! Really? Rolled a 4. Inspiration cast did a 4.
Well, try again. I'm overruling that. Try again.
Okay. Okay, so with the guidance, it would be an 18.
An 18. All right. So you whip the bag, and the first couple like tugs, you sit there like, okay, fuck, and you like yank it, and this bag comes flying at you. You get it, and like you see that there's like the split second of this structure just kind of like sitting there, like leaning one way, like is it gonna go the wrong way? And then all of a sudden you hear the groans of the metal, you hear the cracking as it starts falling directly towards you.
Bamf.
Bamf out of the way as you guys all watch this tall 50-something foot tower just crash down. It's now laying approximately 3 feet above the river of garbage juice and sewage. And Balor, you now are in possession of a fancy bag.
Yay. What's in fancy bag?
Do you open it up and look in it?
Yes.
A dart.
Okay.
Poison gas.
Ah, God. A dead raccoon. Oh,
A burnt dead raccoon.
dead raccoon.
So you open it up and it doesn't. Okay. So opening it up, you don't actually see anything specific on top. Like it is just kind of a space. But when you felt it, like it felt like stuff was inside of it.
We'll deal with this later, and I put it in my bag of holding.
Oh, are you?
No.
He said he did it.
He said he did it.
He said he fucking did
I
it.
am giving him a chance.
No, I just put it on my bag. I don't put it in the bag.
Oh,
So I have
he
two
said he
bags.
did it.
All of a
I-
sudden, a black hole appears, and we all get sucked in and die.
I mean, there.
And tonight's
Okay.
episode of the
Can I hear what
Scrapway-
you're saying? Why I sat there and I said that because I very quickly said right away that there were signs that this might not be a normal bag, and you guys know that what you guys have is not normal bags. And I would say that it is general knowledge that you don't put one magic bag. Arcanine has warning labels on their shit. Don't put one magic bag inside of another magic bag because shit happens.
Don't dive into the toilet. Okay.
I missed that OSHA meeting,
Black hole.
so I won't do it.
Okay.
No
It
bag
only-
man will appear.
Up a gate to the astral plane.
Are we
That-
jumping? Are
it.
we walking across?
Yes.
Damn it! Now that I
We-
think about it, I should have let that happen because that would have taken this whole campaign in such a like different direction.
You did it to yourself.
I did. I fucked up. That could have been. I mean, you guys still would have been screwed, but
With our
Hey, you
luck,
wanted
the,
to
I
get out of
don't
the
think the
storm
Astro
real fast.
I don't think the astral plane is friendly to level 2s. I'm just saying, or level 3s.
the Hippodial would have came with us.
I
We'll
can
win
speak
over
with
with
animals. I'll
Iceland.
tame the hippodial.
Okay, I'm gonna get as far
animal.
away from Ori right now as possible.
I would love to see that. Anyway,
Wait,
so yeah, you guys got this
can-
structure. You guys could absolutely walk across. I will tell you right up front, there are not any rolls to it. It is a sturdy enough structure to take all of your weight.
Told you this is a good idea.
The name that was on the bag, would a history check know anything about this person?
Go for it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Ring
no.
a bell. A 3.
Nah.
That's a pretty common name. A lot of people have that name.
I rolled a 17 on a history check. Can Linnea
My great
see
uncle
it?
was named Nah.
Did you get a chance to see it, Linnea? Because he just kind of shit whipped it back towards him, and it's
Okay.
up to him on whether he's shown it or not.
Got it.
I fully support you doing a history check. It's just up to him on whether he shows it to anybody.
If we live. If I don't create a black hole with it.
I did send you a message though.
Okay. Well, we have our bridge.
For like 25
Control copy.
you're stealthy. I got a 19 on a stealth check.
Okay.
I don't think it matters with as much noise as that thing probably made.
That's why I'm trying to stay
I was
stealthy
gonna
so
say-
that you guys get spotted before I do.
That's a valid thing. All right, Luna, what are you doing back there watching this whole kerfuffle?
Just watching the whole kerfuffle.
Now that item that you sent me, there's two versions. It's just the regular one, because there's one with a name.
It would just be the regular one.
Okay.
I'd like to ask a general question to the group before we continue, or who's ever in the earshot, I guess. I don't know how far Luna's staying back. I think earlier he said he was staying back like 20 feet. Before we go and continue on ripping structural integrities down to build bridges, what is our plan? Like, in reality, yes, my goal in the previous area was to smash a bunch of people
I
into
thought we
the
were going to
wall.
talk to them.
But what's the goal? Like, is our goal strictly to try to talk them out of being fucks, or what is goal?
energy into
What
good
happens if we
causes.
cannot talk them out of being fucks? What happens if they say no?
Then you
Shoot.
get to practice your golf swing.
I pull out hammer and joy.
Look, these from
Aggressive negotiations it is then.
something tells me they're not going to negotiate.
You never know until you try.
We'll try your way. Not saying it's going to work.
Yeah, didn't we get earrings of whisper or
Yes.
something along the lines? Okay. I will use the earring of whisper and just say, I guess from here on out, let's simply use these to communicate due to the nature in which we are here.
That's a string of words.
It is English. I have
Weird.
checked.
The nature in which we are here, because forthwith and forth.
Because we hear it in our heads, right?
We
Or
are
just like
in,
In order to use the ring of whisper, you have to place your finger on the ear or on the earring. You then whisper it, and all other wearers of the earring can hear it as if it is being said directly to them.
we are indubitably here at this time, forthwith, for a thing that possibly could conventionally happen.
well, we're not gonna get into any convincing just standing around. I say forth.
All right.
Might I suggest we have a fail-safe word when things don't go as planned? We just have a code word that it's golf club swinging time.
I will yell hippodial.
Your safe word is hippodial?
Hippodial.
If it must be.
At all. But yeah,
Crocopodimus.
hippodial.
I mean, think about it. If someone, me, you, whoever, yells hippodial and points in a direction, that turns their attention away from me, or you, or whoever.
That might work.
What happens if an actual hippodial shows up and you're just trying to warn us to run, and we mistake it as an moment to engage?
Then I put
That's
run
when
in
we
front
call
of
it-
hippodial.
Or we call it the other thing, the crocpotamus.
Crocopodimus.
Crocopotamus means there's really one there. Hippodial is our safe word.
Or you have
So-
the action of pointing and saying hippodial. If there's no point, that means
All right.
No, because I have to point to get their attention that way.
Is Luna doing anything besides just listening in on this?
No, I'm still hanging out.
Okay.
Are you hanging out of game? Are you hanging out back there because no one has said that we're good to go, or because you want to hang back there?
Because when you guys when halfway between your life and death, I'm going to be the only thing that can possibly save you.
That is such an ominous
You were
statement.
talking about my string of words.
I was going to say that is a potent string of words
It was poetry.
in motion.
I'm just somebody that
All
you
right.
used to know.
All right. So what are you guys doing? Just onward?
Onward.
Onward.
And
So
upwards.
falling 20
Okay.
feet behind.
Going on an adventure.
Luna, are you following, or are you
No,
you are staying in the same spot?
no, I
and not
haven't
moving?
moved. I have
Okay.
not moved.
So you're seeing them move on, and you are going to stay right where you are, even after they turn a corner and are out of sight.
Why? I shouldn't have been able to see them for a long time.
He just
So
heard
you
him.
picked a spot that you couldn't see them from?
I don't
I don't
think
want the
given
goblins
most
to
of the
know that-
goblins.
I rolled a 20, and I'm hiding. That's what I said I was doing.
Okay.
They got permission to go talk to these guys, so go talk to them.
Okay. This will be fun. All right, so you guys continue down the way a little bit. You guys turn the corner. You guys all realize that you have not really seen Luna in a hot minute. And you get to this kind of opening that's about 40, 50 feet wide, maybe 20, 25 feet deep, and it kind of culminates on the far end of this opening in a little 5-foot opening. And from that 5-foot opening, you notice that the smell of sewage and all that is much less around here, but you are starting to pick up the strong scent of alcohol. And when I say alcohol, I mean like moonshine alcohol. Which, if any of you guys have ever been in a moonshine distillery, I can tell you that smell is quite potent. So you guys have that in front of you. What are you guys doing?
I've smelled
we-
this before outside of the tavern / bar place.
Ori, does this kind of look like the area in which you saw the light?
I believe so.
You guys do see some lights coming from the other side, and I will say, all of you that are within earshot, you hear some raucous laughter, some language you don't know, maybe some bottles breaking, stuff like that.
Is there anywhere that, like, before we get close to this area that I could maybe, like, just like a small little raise up of like 5-10 feet that I could gently pull myself up onto to kind of get and like hang low to the ground?
Nope, not really. It's kind of
Okay.
all just a little open.
Then I'll hug close to a wall and try to just hide behind something and just kind of observe as they move up.
I will say there's not much to hide behind in this area.
I don't care how far back I have to go, as long as there's something that I can be behind.
Okay.
So we're going to try the diplomatic route first.
That would be best. She's Linnea is kind of sticking closer to Balor and Zolthric because She's used to
I've-
having someone there to protect her, and she's not there right now.
I feel as if we owe it to Lanier to at least try the diplomatic route before spilling blood.
I'll
So
use
si-
the
so-
earrings.
So, to make
Yes.
sure we're all on the same page, let's say the goblins saw us and they suggested us as recruitment for their gang. And we'll spin that. Then let's hear your plan.
Going. I was possibly. Keep in mind, I am using the earring of.
Yes. All this is in our heads.
Earring of yeah. Great. I hear voices.
Voices in my head, they talk.
I was thinking about going more of the solution route, finding out if there's something we can do to prevent them, like to help them with something to prevent them from continuing to do it the way that they're doing. Instead of them terrorizing everyone and trying to fuck everyone over just to get what they want, there has to be another way. And I figure if we simply cannot come to a solution that is reasonably agreeable, then there's a hippodial behind them.
What if we tell them we're here to recruit them for the uprising?
I don't think that bringing an unruly group like this will want to join someone where they have to take orders from others. They are more than likely out here because they don't want to take orders from someone.
It could
Pretty
just be the
sure-
best way to kind of coax them out of this whole we gotta just only look out after ourselves, because if we frame it like if they join in the movement, things will get better for them too. Plus, I know that they do bad things to achieve good goals, and sometimes for those things you need bad people.
I don't think these are the kind of bad people we need.
You know, the crazy part is completely above game that makes sense in a way. And I'm trying to find a way logically to spin that in game, and I validly can't due to the fact that given that the note did not specify in which way they wanted this to happen, they just said take, have something happen with the Iron Skull. I have a feeling it wasn't get them to join.
Fresh members. They need people. Isn't that why they're testing us out?
I'll be back here. Give me the word if I'm needed.
I'm sure there'll be a hippodial sighting.
With that one, I have a heavy feeling that there is a hippodial sighting, yes.
Let's
they-
see.
We try.
Are they throwing bottles? Like, what's the deal?
You just hear the noise of a raucous party. You have not seen inside of this opening to know.
Does anyone have any
Can
poison?
I roll a stealth to peek around the corner?
Sure. Give me that stealth check. Sorry, excuse me.
Or something? I guess it would be stealth. A 21.
Okay. You feel pretty stealthy.
All right.
So you creep forward, you peek in. What you see is basically just a full swing, like biker rally type party going on. You see goblins, you see bugbears, you see a pair of hobgoblins even. As everybody is just laughing, you hear them singing, songs in a tongue that you don't recognize, but you can tell that they are singing, like the typical bar round type song. Singing is a strong word, I guess. Chanting, kind of, somewhere in between there. You see that there is an immense amount of this liquor on the ground, as you do see, like, one of them is bringing a couple tankards to another table, and they bumps into another one, and they turn around, grab a bottle, and just smash it over the other one's head, and like they are super drunk, super loud, and but they seem to be happy for the most part. And then towards the head of it, this long chamber, you see just this pair of very similar looking hobgoblins that are sitting there, each of them on a chair, and they got a very large kind of Black Panther type creature that one of them seems to be just kind of absent-mindedly stroking.
Do they seem friendly?
I'm gonna, peek. I'm gonna unpeek from around the corner and just look at everybody. They're having a good time. They seem very happy. Something that they have done has gone successful, which could be a point in our favor. However, we need to watch out for what I know. Do I know what the animal is, or is it just a black panther?
It is nothing that you have seen.
Fair enough. I have a feeling that the black furry animal that is sitting next to the two, I'm going to say, chiefs at this point. I'm not sure what the oligarchy is in this area. Could be potential problems. But I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Well, if you spotted their leader, maybe that's who we're supposed to talk to.
I simply spied someone who is more calm than the others. The others are having fun, they're boasting, they're drinking, they're smashing bottles across heads. But these two, they're enjoying themselves silently, and those are always the ones you need to watch out for.
Oh, the introverts. Got it.
Well,
There's one way of putting it.
Let's speed up our funeral.
Yeah, let's give Luna something to rescue.
We just walk in? Or...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll just walk around the corner.
All right. So, again, she's probably like in like the V, a little bit behind you, but in the middle.
I look over to her. I'm like, if things go south, run.
So,
Wait, Luna's got
something.
yep,
Am I within 500 feet of them?
you are.
I just wanted to let you know that the goblins have come out of their little tiny hidey holes, and they seem quite upset. It's possible your little suggestion didn't work very well now, did it?
Now, suggestion, Lily, for
Yes.
future knowledge, is a concentration spell. And guidance is also concentration.
So it broke.
So the second you gave Valor guidance, that went away, and they realized that they had been mind fucked. They are a little less happy about it, which plays into the whole situation that we're in right now. Because as you guys are talking about going in and having to go at it and, kind of trying to be diplomatic, you guys hear a very loud horn being blown. And this whole raucous little party that you guys had heard gets very quiet very quick.
She remembers that she broke the concentration. She's like, I may have forgotten about the suggestion spell.
The what?
I cast guidance. I broke concentration. The goblins are gonna be really mad.
Can I peek
So now-
around that corner stealthily again?
Give
See
me
what
another
they're doing?
stealth check.
So we have 2 Hippodile sightings now.
I think the diplomatic solution
16.
has now
16?
gone away. Ori has something.
Yes, Ori, what's up?
Upon hearing the horn, can I go little mouse form and try to blend, just look like a little rat in the junkyard? Unassuming.
Great idea with the big ass cat. Go for it.
I'm gonna be hiding in a trash pile, not trying to worm my way into the smallest section that I
Here's
can.
the way I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a random roll. So yes, I'm gonna say you can do this.
Just use your hide. Or do you don't have a hide?
I have a hide.
Oh.
I have hide with advantage.
Okay.
I want to be whatever character he's being.
He's a druid, and I'll let. So, for anybody watching at home or watching the playback of this, I have a special thing that I say with druids that if you are turning into something that has absolutely no combat impact, such as a mouse or a little, well, when they're at a level to choose a flying thing, a little songbird or a, little grass snake, something like that. That is a free use of wild shape. That doesn't cost them a use. They can just do it. So, yeah. So you turn into your little mouse, and then you're using your hide. What did you get for your hide?
A 6 with advantage.
Okay. So you
Oh,
scurry off into this little alcove that you see that is it's bigger than it needs to be for a mouse, but it's definitely a place that you can definitely that you can go in and hide. Okay.
I'm just gonna
And
get
you
as far
shoot
back-
in there and say what?
I want to get as far back and away
Uh-huh.
from.
So okay, this works even better. As you're nuzzling back, trying to keep your eyes forward, you
Shocked.
nuzzle back into
The wall.
nope, into something solid. Something furry. And you just hear that as it starts kind of the cat growl, I guess, kind of the angry meow.
Catapotamus.
Catapotamus.
And you kind of look up and you just see these 2 eyes just glowing kind of in the dark kind of as you realize that yes, you are now
Turn
directly
into a can of SpaghettiOs.
I was gonna say you see SpaghettiOs?
Uh-oh.
It's Tom and Jerry
Hello,
D&D.
cat.
Tom
So
and Jerry D&D, yeah.
it made a 18 on an attack roll and is gonna do a whopping 3 damage to you, which unfortunately will take you out of your mouse form because I give you 1 hit point as a mouse.
I'll give him 3 minimum.
2.
That would I was gonna say 2
Give him
will
2.
still
I know.
okay. He has
I'll
2
take
hit
that.
points then.
That's
But
that's
you
one
guys-
less hit point than
You
his-
guys like
3.5.
are sitting there like looking and like not seeing Ori, and then all of a sudden you just see like
A person
Ori's-
come out of a hole.
yeah, pretty
person.
much just like Ori just kind of push like blows up the pile of junk as he's just kind of like there, and you just see the cat just like bolting.
I'm gonna just. Yeah, that sounds about right. Just,
This is gonna be good.
Hi there.
no, you are prone.
I'm
You
assuming they
stay
heard
face
us.
first in the mud.
Yeah, I'm just gonna still. I'm staying. That's a good point. I'm staying prone in the pile of trash, not moving. I'm
Not moving, just nope. This is my lot in life.
it pounced on me as a little mouse. I was on my back. I went like and then I appeared as a human, as my air tusk form on the back like this. With the cat's on me. I'm just like,
Okay, so at this point, Luna, you see that this pack of about 12 goblins is coming up from behind them. From in front of you, you now have 2 hobgoblins, a big panther-looking creature, 2 bugbears, and about another dozen goblins.
And that's what I saw when I peeked around the corner, or is that what we all saw when he destroyed the pile of trash?
That is what you
Well-
saw when you peeked around the corner, and you knew that when the horn blew, right? They are all now like picking up weapons and they are making their way out there towards you guys.
I'm like 40 feet back too, though, because
Yeah.
I said I was like 20 feet behind you guys following, and then I went farther back to hide originally. So I'm a decent ways away.
So Luna, you would not be able to see them, but you know that these goblins are going towards where you saw them
I'm not looking
making
at
their
them.
way out. No?
I just saw them go by, and I warned them
Okay.
at the coming. Or go. I mean,
Okay.
they were in front of me.
All right.
So as these guys are all kind of converging on you, you see the 2 hobgoblins walking out with the big Black Panther looking creature kind of coming behind them, and he kind of just sits there, and they both look very professional looking, honestly, as far as gangsters going. Like, these guys, they know their shit, and they just kind of come up to you guys and, what tasty little morsels wandered into our camp.
Now these
I
are
would say
the 2
tasty.
that were sitting
Yeah.
with the panther. Okay. So they're not sitting anymore. They're standing in front of us.
Yeah, and they are just kind of walking up, and you are, like I said, you are kind of being surrounded more or less by this mob of goblinoids. Looks like Tila's gonna eat good tonight, brother.
Honestly, we've been running around near sewage all day. I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Tila does not mind.
Not the time, Linnea. Not the time.
Okay, but Tila was talking in third person.
Tila is when
Tila's the cat.
I was gonna say Tila's the
Tila's the
big cat
catapotamus.
thing.
Stand by my statement. She would say this.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's a good thing you are so pretty, my darling.
Going
You
with the original, I'm gonna say plan with big air quotes. We only came to talk. There was no threat of anything other than to talk.
Because
You
do
have
we look
something?
stupid enough to come in here and try to launch a full-scale attack on people of your stature? Do we look that dumb?
Do you
I'm
want
going
me
to point
answer
and then
that
I'm going
honestly?
to stop pointing because if that goblin shows up, He is that dumb. He thought he was tricked by a mood ring. Could you believe that? Oh, he thought it was just this brilliant piece of jewelry. No, it was
Look,
garbage.
we're obviously here to show you that you need to tighten up your defenses because look, we were able to bypass your goblin security to get to you. You probably need to hire some better security than the goblins.
That is not
So,
what we're talking
as you say that, the one of the brothers is there saying, "You are quite right. We must discuss security. Greg, come." And you see the goblin that Linnea had cast suggestion on. And he is looking kind of timid and kind of, like, yes, boss. What? Why did you let these ones pass?
It was my fault. It was my fault. I cast suggestion. Please don't get him in trouble.
And he just kind of like holds his hand and he just kind of,
about. Luna dies. Luna's now dead.
why did you let them pass? I did. That one did some kind of mind fuckery and got in my head, and you just see him, and we do not tolerate this weakness. Tila, and you see the
I'm gonna cover
Panther?
Linnea's eyes.
comes up and just one bite, just and
Uh,
now like all that's left is that goblin's like feet and shins.
Can I have covered Linnea's eyes before that happened? Like foreseeing that?
Sounds like the book would have
scream.
done it.
Yeah, the book.
Well, I didn't. I wouldn't have known. I'm just
Yeah.
because I know she doesn't like blood, so it's like okay, it's
So then he kind of like looks back at Beller and problem solved. I don't
It
think any of
appears
the others
so.
will make this mistake again. But now we have the problem of what to do with all of you that have been too far into our camp.
We just wanted to ask you very, very politely if you would like to change your circumstances.
I'd like to fully put my palm on my face at this point.
Oh, my darling, we change our circumstances every day. We get what we want.
I understand that, but it also makes you have to have security. And wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to have security? I mean, it'd be less people you have to pay.
My
And you could
dear,
do more of your
you are aware that you are living in the slums of the Undercity.
Yes, but what if we could make the slums better?
We are making them better for us.
For
I-
you.
And that makes total sense. But when one person has a bunch, especially in a place like the slums, you get problems like us breaking in because sometimes people want what others have. So what if
So
the
you
slum-
want what we have? Is that what you're saying?
No, I want nobody to want what you have. I want everyone to
But while I have anything, others will want this. This is just the way of the slums.
But if you were to align yourself with a cause that would better the slums and still put a hefty amount of coin in your pocket, wouldn't that also be amenable? You'd have less enemies, more respect. People would most likely praise you.
I think my second.
My kid got second in Fortnite. Sorry.
It's all good. I see that you got second. This is very good. The thing is, you sit there talking about respect. We get to where we are through fear, which is a little more efficient, less
When
questions,
people don't
less
when people
time.
don't fear you, they stop respecting you. But if they love you, that respect lasts a lot longer and it's worth more. And you get more with honey than with, shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
your friend is kind of special. She wants me to stop being a kingpin to just love everybody. Is that what she is saying to me?
To be loved.
What
I
she is
am not
trying to
following.
say, what she is trying to say in a long-winded.
She seems like she is like one of these princesses from the animated movies. Like she has a very idealistic view of the world.
Oh,
Wow, you've known her like 5 minutes and you've pretty much nailed her on the head.
yes.
I am an open book.
The play Beige White was definitely hit on the head for that one.
No, you are thinking about Frosty Beige. That is the name.
That's
Beige.
I always got the two confused. And then there was Green Hoppy thing.
Yes.
Look, what my friend is trying to say is we understand your point of you have become this person, these people, to get what you want for yourselves. And that is a product of your environment more than anything else. However, what she is asking, slash, the reason why we came here to begin with is simply to ask for it to happen in a different way. I believe torturing and killing innocent people because they live in the same environment you do when they are simply trying to make a life for themselves and for their kids or family. If we manage to do it together, then everyone will have respect for each other and we can all prosper and get out of here.
You are going at this under the presumption that I give a shit about anybody else but ourselves.
You're right.
I would
am.
like to be very clear that when it comes to that, me and my brother,
You weren't,
we do
you weren't
not.
always this way, though.
No, I'm pretty sure we were. Like, from the jump.
So you were
I'm
born.
sorry,
and
have you
didn't
met
give
many,
shit
like,
about anybody?
goblins, hobgoblins? Like, have you met, like, most of us, like, we live in a dump.
Eh, Lem, we don't even know your name. How can we properly address you? All we know are you are the Iron Skulls, but like, it's good to have a name to strike fear into people's hearts and to deal with. What is your name or your names?
My name is Vrozed, and this is my brother Druvad.
Those are lovely names.
So,
You know,
looking
you
at
are
the
just so lovely. I might actually be a little sad when we have to kill you later.
Well, you wouldn't have to be sad if you considered maybe reaching out because we might be able to help in that way to what is this? What is it called again? The uprising, the movement,
The
gang.
Awakening?
Legion?
The organization. I forgot what it's called.
Legion.
Legion.
Legion. Thank you. Maybe reaching out to Legion.
So as you say that, you see the eyebrows of both of them go up. Ah. You hear that, man? They're coming from Legion. And at that, you notice that a few of the bigger ones are kind of circling up on you guys a lot tighter. You guys see manacles coming out.
I pull my hammer and
The
step
thing
in
about
front
that
of them.
is Arcadine has put out a very hefty award on anybody that can bring them information of Legion or possible members or recruits. And now A hefty paycheck has just rolled into our camp. It's our lucky day, boys.
It would be if we were actually Legion agents.
Oh, Arcadine has their ways to get their information, though, no? Sounds like
What
you'll have to deal
information?
with them.
But there's no information to get. What if they get mad at you for giving them faulty
I'm going to
messages?
point and yell, "Run, Hippodile!"
Okay. So, you... Okay.
I'm not even. No, there's. Nope.
So,
let me, before we get too hasty.
I was going to say he yells that and you just start running away?
No, I don't.
No, I'm saying Zaltharic.
I'm curious to know what Baylor's about to say. What is his next words coming out of his mouth
Okay.
right now?
So
Okay.
you want look, before you think we're as dumb as we look, you really think Arcadine cares about you all?
No, we know that they don't. But you
Then
see,
why-
they leave us to our own. Right up until
Until-
these Legion people started making noise.
Well,
But now they
okay.
offer coin for our pocket. So why would we not just put this in your pocket? Why would we
Okay,
not
so
just line our
let's-
own pockets?
let's play the long game here. So Arcadine takes out Legion. That's one less thing in there to worry about. Well, then you're all going to start kicking the hornet's nest, and then the next uprising will Arcadine will make a deal with them to eliminate you.
There is a problem with your logic. Before Legion, did they come and did they disrupt the gangs before that? No. Because the truth is if the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor, but everybody knows their place.
Until wild hair gets up in Arcadine's ass and they decide, you know what? For fun, let's just get rid of all the rats in the sewer.
Or worse, want to cut.
So why don't we all put aside our petty differences here in the slums and the sewers and maybe divert it to Arcadine?
And what would be in it for us? I am confused.
Well, you'd have all of the more well-off people in the upper levels that you would get to now infiltrate and maybe takes from them. They have better stuff than we do in the slums.
What wouldn't be in it for you?
Well, you see, right now we get to take what we want.
And you'd be able to
From
do
the
the same
slums.
up there.
Probably get better stuff. Honestly.
Almost triple fold.
Luna, are you doing anything as this conversation is going down, or are you just chilling? I'm just asking if you're doing anything, if you're moving, if you are.
Not a single person has used their earring. I have no idea what's going on. For all I know, they could be having tea and cupcakes.
Ori, are you having something, or are you just?
Microphone.
I can't hear you, sir. You are muted.
That is correct. I was muted. Thank you. I'm still in the trash pile, right?
I mean, yeah, they see you, but yeah,
Okay, because I was gonna say I want to be like,
more in the trash pile.
yeah, and like inching my way away at like a microscopic pace, like just like one.
With
centimeter at
the
a
time that we have for tonight, here's what I'll say that they will do. Upon you making this pitch for possibly
A
calling off hostilities against the slums for a potential at a shot at the upper city, the one that has been in the back, kind of just stroking the big Black Panther looking thing. He says something in Goblinoid to the other one. You guys don't recognize it, but you see the one that's been talking to you guys kind of nodding. The one that identified himself as Vrozet. He just kind of sits there and says, well, everything in me really just wants to kill you. And to decorate my hall with your innards. My brother seems to think it is worth hearing you out. So, and he kind of like waves his hands, and you see most of the goblins starting to disperse and go. You see the hobgoblins, or the not the hobgoblins, the bugbears. You see them just kind of take a step back, and they both kind of take a post at the either side of the door. And they just kind of like look you up and down, and you just kind of see them motion. Please, come in.
Thank you.
And that is where we will call it tonight, because either you guys are going to figure out your way to talk your way out of this, or there's going to be a fight. Either way, it's not going to happen in the next 10 minutes. So we will call that here tonight. So we're in wrapping up. This is generally when we do a little shout out to the other streams that we have going on here. So I will say, coming up in a couple days on Wednesday, you can tune back in here to see Lady Lily and Patrick over here, along with Luckily Cursed and at Pandora Danger, doing their thing, playing Ken over there. He DMs them in our campaign called Kinship's Destiny. They're playing through the Shattered Obelisk and a little extra stuff, playing for Ken. That's Wednesdays at 8 Central, right?
Correct.
That's 8 Central. If I'm right, that's 6 Pacific, 8 Central, 9
Eastern.
If you're watching from Korea, I don't know what time that is. Selkie, you can let me know. So that's on Wednesdays, and then every other Friday. So not this Friday, but next Friday, you can tune in here at the Clockwork Nexus for, if you like, kind of a pirate themed type thing. We got that going on where you can see Ken over there playing for me in our campaign called Golden Ghosts. We're kind of getting our feet under us in that one, getting going a little bit. So that one's starting to get going to places, and I'm really stoked about it. Any of you guys have stuff going on that you want to talk about? Stuff that you want to promote? Lily, you got something coming up, don't you?
I do. Only it's moved from Tuesday to Thursday that I'm doing a one shot on my channel.
Okay.
And if anyone wants to join, because I actually need 2 people.
I wish I could, but I do believe my son has football game. But good luck to that. And where can they catch that action at?
Over on, it's actually right there, the Lady Lily of Levelland. That is my channel.
On Twitch, right?
Yeah, it's on Twitch. I don't really promote my YouTube that much.
Though you do have some awesome videos on YouTube.
I have my movies.
Yes. They are worth watching. You wrote them yourself too, right? Wrote them?
I wrote, directed, starred in 2 of them.
Beautiful. So go check those out. You can also check out, Lily is an amazing cosplayer, so I definitely suggest go check out her TikTok. I actually just saw one of yours that kind of got my interest. It was one of those like on this day in like 2021 or whatever, where it's like I'm doing hot guy shit, and he was like, I was like, Holy shit. Your
Yeah,
cosplay
Rick
is
O'Connell.
dope. Yeah. Her cosplay is amazing. I definitely suggest that. And hop over to More Drunken Blades TikTok too. He has some really amazing. He actually spent every day of 2023 writing an entire dungeon, doing it day by day, and you can watch that whole process on there. And you can see him. He makes models and stuff like that too, like models for like sets for D&D and stuff. So you can go over there and check him out. And Sophie's Gallery is newly opened up, right? That's
Actually, it's
Daniel's.
been open for a little bit, but
Okay.
yes, she is restarting her art. It will be going through a name change once Facebook decides to get their hand out of their butts. It'll be
So
changed
never.
to yeah, that's probably never going to happen. Blue House Designs, but right now it's Sophie's Gallery.
Beautiful.
She does take commission work and stuff like that, and painting and things. And she has done some work for us here, which y'all will see later.
Yep. I just need to get everybody else's character art, and then I will get a little intro video going. So, all right. So, with that, that is everything that we have to promote. Again, come back on Wednesday for Kinship's Destiny. It's a wonderful campaign. Other than that, does anybody have anything else? All right, going once, going twice. Sold. That is us for the evening. Thank you for sticking with us and watching the stream. If you're watching this later, thank you for tuning into it then. We will see you guys right back here for the next session next Monday. So, everybody have a good night, stay safe, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.